From Lviv is Halyna Skipalska. She is the Ukraine country director for an organization called Health Right. They are a global health and human rights organization. Halyna, thank you so much for being with us.
You're welcome.
I'm showing people images of your team. This is the work that your mobile outreach workers do. These were taken, I should note, last year before the invasion. But what's so notable is they are still doing this work. You are still doing this work all across Ukraine, including in Kyiv, despite the great danger to them, even, you know, on the front lines, even in Donetsk and Luhansk. Can you talk about how critical this work is right now?
Oh, yes, thank you. So Health Right International is a US-based organization that has worked in Ukraine since 2005. And yes, our main office was in Kyiv until March 1st. And this organization, which I lead here, representative office, which I lead here in Kyiv, was led by 16 women leaders with specialized expertise in gender equality. So this is why Health Right International was leading organization in Ukraine in counteracting violence against women. And actually, in just a few words about 2014, when in partnership with UNFPA and UNICEF, we introduced first gender-based violence specialized services for survivors as part of that time humanitarian response system. And later, we integrated the services into the all government system. So, before crisis, before war, there were operating 13 mobile teams that provided psychosocial support, including identification, screening, first psychological aid, and support for gender-based violence survivors. We also had our own service sites, day center for women, halfway house for women, and also launched with state and local organizations up to 20 other shelters and day centers. So, and now a few words about mobile teams, because mobile teams we still have, and those 13 which I mentioned, they continue to operate in east of Ukraine and in most hot places, Donetsk and Luhansk regions.
Halyna, I just wanted to ask you too specifically about the mental health aspect of this, because the World Health Organization is saying now about 500,000 of the refugees that have fled Ukraine just to Poland alone are facing really serious mental health needs. And this is particularly the work you do with some of the most vulnerable women and their children.
Yes, of course, because mainly women with children decide to move, to flow from this war. Speaking about mobile teams, for example, which operate in the East, some of them already are homeless, I would say, because their property was destroyed during the shelling, and now they have to rebuild their lives. And some of them are were evacuated to nearest locations, Dnipro and Zaporizhia, or they are in the way to west. Nevertheless, we are constantly in touch with all teams, and everyone is alive and well, and this is important. Also, the situation changes daily, and we live in uncertainty every day. So during this month, just to share you some numbers, during this month, mobile teams provided remote and phone psychosocial services for about 2,000 different citizens, mainly women with children. And what type of services, I can say, with which problems they deal. Different. So it's information of relatives about victims, support families. They provided psychological assistance to the victims of shelling, get people out of shock, and this is important, and distribute humanitarian aid if it's possible in their locations. Because Donetsk and Luhansk regions, if you look at map of Ukraine, now they are most hot places together with Mariupol, Kharkiv, Chernihiv, and Sumy.
Halyna, we are all indebted to the work that your team is continuing to do, as you said, in the hardest hit places. Thank you for being with us. People can find out much more about the organization and how to help at healthright.org. Thank you, Halyna.